The sci-fi film Ex Machina is a movie that has gotten a lot of praise over the years for interesting characters, a good story, and the dangers of artificial intelligence. Directed by Alex Garland, who was making his directorial debut. The story of this one is that a computer programmer, he's employed by a billionaire who owns a search engine, which is not Google obviously. And this billionaire wants to see if his humanoid robot is sentient. And from there, you got one of the most interesting stories when it comes to a sci-fi film. There are so many enjoyable moments. The dialogue is great. There's some great sequences all throughout this movie. And while the cast is only 4 actors, they all did a good job in their roles. And I must say that when I saw this film for the first time a couple of months ago, I was like, this is some great storytelling and some very intriguing characters. And the themes that was presented in this movie is actually very clever, like the fear of being alone and the want to be with somebody. So seeing Caleb Smith interact with Ava all throughout the film, the fact he actually developed some kind of feelings for her, it made sense, but it actually was one of his flaws in the movie. But as far as character development goes, this movie does a great job of that. Nonetheless, though, at the end of the day, while this film may have an issue here and there, for the most part, this is still an entertaining film. It's amazing what 3 actors can do because not only does that show range, but it makes the story very important. I love movies like this with just a small cast. I will say that Donald Gleason and Oscar Isaac, their chemistry was great. They work well with each other. Dialogue is very entertaining. And there are some conversations that I felt like people for real would be having, dealing with a advanced artificial intelligence. And speaking of which, I think Alicia Fankilder, she did a good job playing Ava. Her mannerisms, the fact she wants to get out into the real world, and explore what the world's like. The mere fact she don't really trust or care all that much about Caleb and how that is his undoing. Now this is a spoiler warning, but for Caleb to be so foolish to fall for this, artificial intelligence, and then to get trapped near the end of the film. Not just that though, but no one knows where he is because he's out there in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. And then not only that, but we see Ava at the end of the film go out into the world and no one knows that she's a robot. I think that's what makes it so scary considering how close we are to technology. Like this film reminds me a lot of Her, the 2013 film, where man falls in love with a artificial intelligence. And like that film, in a lot of ways, Caleb should have been more smarter. And it's quite something how technology could be a lot of things. And people are simple. They want to be loved. They want to be appreciated. Nonetheless, though, this is one of the best sci-fi films I've seen. And it's probably one of the best movies when it had came out back in 2014. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. The great thing about this movie, the things present about people creating new things in order to make their lives better. And it makes for a compelling argument. Should we ever create AI in order to make our lives easier? Or should we leave it alone and not create it for the sake of humanity? And this is a film I certainly recommend to anybody out there who haven't seen it because it is thought-provoking and the things presented in this movie is compelling to say the least. And that's my review of Ex Machina. Alright, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Okay, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.